What is up, everybody? Very important market update for the S&P 500 and the overall market, as we are at a critical decision zone where we could see a rally or a crash, and I think we have the potential to see both. And I'll go through the charts to explain that. Remember, everybody, this is not financial advice. This is just technical chart analysis. Okay, let's get to the charts. Okay, everybody, we are in the S&P 500 index, the umbrella for major stocks across the market, and we opened the market on Monday green today. And as you could see, we are trading in a major uptrend, very strong major uptrend in this macro channel, and a channel that I like to call a overbought channel, but we'll go over that later, guys. And there's a lot of news going on in the world right now. Try not to focus on that. Try to focus on the chart analysis. The charts will move first, the news will come after. That is just my opinion. And you could see last year we had a major dip in a few weeks, but it is no coincidence that we had to close this weekly gap and touch the bottom of the trend channel exactly. And if we go back to 2020, we all know what happened there, the corona pandemic, major crash, guys. But it is no coincidence as well. We just dropped below this trend channel to close this weekly gap as well. So there's always technical data to support the moves, guys. So don't get caught up in the news. Just focus on the charts and continue to do that. Before I dive deeper, if you want to excel at trading, become better at understanding charts, and become a better trader, check out my Patreon, guys. Patreon.com/GainsKeeper Trading. I have a premium vault of tutorials, trading systems. We do swing trades and breakout stocks from low to large cap. And once per week, we go beyond the charts, focus on personal growth and awareness, and relate that to the charts as well. So if you want to improve the quality of your life and the quality of your trading, check it out. Patreon.com/GainsKeeper Trading. All right, let's get back to the S&P. So we are going to go to the daily chart here, and I'm going to turn the drawings on, guys, real quick. Okay. So the question we want to know is rally or crash, guys. And as you heard me say before, I think we have a potential to see both. So we're going to start with the rally scenario, guys. So you could see we have our response zone here, our next response zone. So this is a bit of a intermediate demand zone. We have the daily 200 EMA, and you could see we already had a couple of responses here. And we also have this daily gap here. And you can see we already got rejected by the trend, the top of the trend channel in this response, this decision zone as well. But for us to see a little bit of a rally here, guys, we're going to need to break this line here at 6,789. You can see every time we have a green candle that closes above it, we have some kind of bullish reaction, guys. You can see that here. So I think potentially, and you could see, and we're oversold in the weekly RSI as well. We can close this gap. If we break this, maybe one more little push into this overbought zone, which means the market is very overheated. And you could see we couldn't break out of this channel as well. And then maybe start the bearish market. And I'm going to go to those price goals now. Let me go to the weekly chart, guys. And you could see if we did have that rally, we have this compression line on the RSI, guys, where the weekly RSI is getting compressed. And this all makes sense when we put it into the chart. This last little rally might just get compressed right here. We have a little bit of room to run, and then we'll go over prices to the downside here. So remember, we're in the weekly chart now. And remember that none of this is financial advice. But in my opinion, I think the correction zone, everything is aligning for this correction zone right here. You could see this line here ends where the RSI is done getting compressed, and we have our weekly 200 day moving average. And by the time this comes down here and we close this weekly gap, because what do we know about weekly gaps, guys? They're very likely to be closed, especially in a big time stock like this. Well, the umbrella of stocks, these are all included in the big stocks. And by the time that happens, we'll probably, it looks like it's going to align perfectly just in that zone. Maybe we touch the bottom of the trend channel, and then we maybe see a divergence, and then the bull market starts again around, August, September, something like that, guys. And you could see this yellow golden zone here. This is just another indicator that we may be seeing that zone. I did a reverse Fibonacci retracement to obtain that. And I have a great Fibonacci tutorial on my Patreon site, guys. Go check that out. This is a reverse downward, and this golden zone represents imbalances that never got retested. And you could see Speaking of retests, we never retested the previous top, and stocks, especially major stocks, tend to do that. No matter how high they go, you could see how high this stock went, the S&P 500, and never retested the zone. Came right back down, right on the dot, pretty much, guys. Retested the top right there. If I could draw a line, you'll see it. Same thing. So, we never retested this previous top. That's also a price goal to the downside. And you could see we got rejected at the 2.2 here, right on the dot as well, guys. No coincidence. This 2.1618 may also be a max price. Oh, excuse me, guys. Max price for the rally as well. But in in my opinion, after the rally, this correction zone between 5629 and 5774 looks ideal in terms of the price coming down, the trend channel, the weekly gap, the compression line running out. Once we cross, if we can cross this, find support, change the divergence and squeeze out, it all aligns to me. If the market decides to remain bearish and crash, the crash zone will be 45.97 to 5146. Guys, remember, not financial advice. It is possible that we have a smaller correction, guys. If we retest that previous top, I'll make this line, this midline, solid for you and thicker. You could see the midline of the macro trend channel also provides support and resistance, guys, and that's kind of exactly where our previous top retest is. So keep an eye on these zones, guys. Stay sharp. Try not to focus on the news too much, and keep an update on the chart, and I'll give you guys more updates as the time permits. Thank you, guys. Hope this was helpful. Enjoy the trading week. Have a successful day.